Rusame reader, Rusame, and today I will be reading to you from Everlasting War by Cake. Now on to Chapter 7, Traitor.
Isa andis käsu Britannia hertsog Myanmari vangistada, kuid nüüd on ta vangistuses nii hertsog Myanmar kui ka prints Fidži.
Estonia explained, twirling her hair with her finger. That first part roughly translates to, Father has ordered the capturing of Britannia's Duke Myanmar, but now he's got both Duke Myanmar and Prince Fidži in captivity.
Kasutage seda oma eeliseks, et isale meeldida. Nad teevad kõik, et oma pere turvaliselt tagasi saada.
And that roughly translates to, use this situation to your advantage to please Father. They'll do anything to get their family back safely.
Представьте, что вас похитили, Эстония. Мораль отца неправильная. Он требует, чтобы вся Британия сожгла Московию дотла.
Russia exclaimed, slamming his hands under the table. That roughly translates to, imagine you were kidnapped, Estonia. Father's morals are all wrong. He's asking for the entirety of Britannia to burn Muscovy to nothing.
Он сумасшедший. Мы все это знаем. Знаешь, я могу положить этому конец, просто будучи царем. Тогда Московия не будет участвовать в глупой войне, устроенной упрямцем.
Russia threw a quill across the room, standing up to pace and rant. The Russian roughly translates to, he's insane, we all know this. I can end it by being Tsar, you know this. Then Muscovy won't be in a stupid war caused by a stubborn man. Venema Kulamind. That roughly translates to, Russia, listen to me.
Нет. Ты такой же сумасшедший, как и он. Надо было привести Украину, Белоруссию или Узбекистан.
That roughly translates to, no, you're as insane as him. I should have brought Ukraine or Belarus or Uzbekistan. Estonia mumbled something under breath, leaning back in the chair she sat in and crossed her arms. Russia glared at her, but continued to pace. Serbia, Vujojnese, пожалуйста. He called, stopping in his tracks. That roughly translates to, Serbia, enter please. Да, ваше величество. That roughly translates to, yes, your majesty.
Вернитесь в замок и убейте отца. Это приказ. Передайте любому охраннику мой приказ и скажите им, что у них такой же приказ. Теперь я буду царем, он слишком безумен, чтобы управлять королевством.
That roughly translates to, go back to the castle immediately and kill father. That is an order. Tell any guard my order and tell them that they have the same order. I'll be Tsar now. He's far too insane to run a kingdom. Serbia just stood there, shock encasing the entirety of his face. For the first time, it looked like he had emotions, something that all the Muscovite royal guards hid extremely well. Kasa oled ohol, omaisa tampin, aga ema? Estonia protested, standing up to face Russia. That roughly translates to, are you insane? Killing your own father? What about mother?
Мать была вынуждена выйти за него замуж. Она бы не стала иметь от этого мужчины столько детей. Женщина даже не должна заботиться о таком количестве детей. Используй свой мозг, Эстония.
He yelled back, throwing his fur hat onto the desk. That roughly translates to, mother was forced to marry him. She wouldn't have chose this many kids with that man. A woman shouldn't even have to take care of that many kids. Use your own brain, Estonia.
Если бы вас заставили выйти замуж за человека, которого вы не любили, из страха, что вашу семью убьют, вы бы вообще легли с ним в одну постель. Заняться с ним сексом. Быть вынужден нести своих детей.
That roughly translates to, if you were forced to marry a man you didn't love and fear your family would be murdered, would you even share the same bed as him? Have sex with him? Be forced to carry his children? Estonia sat back down, staring at the ground with her hands in her lap. Russia just told his younger sister something that only him and his eldest brother knew. Now his guard also knows. He could tell other guards in order to justify his order for the murder of his father. He let his anger get the best of him, and now he's told a massive family secret that nobody was supposed to know.
Я уйду сейчас и буду там до захода солнца. Должен ли я кого-нибудь вернуть или после того, как я выполню свою задачу, объявят, что царь Российская империя мертв?
Serbia announced, finally pulling himself back together. The Russian roughly translates to, I'll leave now. I'll be there before sundown. Should I bring anyone back or have it announced that Tsar Russian Empire is dead once I've completed my task?
Teatage tema surmast, see paneb Venemaa tagasi minema, nii et valmistume pärast tänaseid läbirääkimisi lahkuma. Tee seda, mida õigeks pead, Rus.
Estonia replied for Russia, still looking at the floor. That roughly translates to, announce his death. It will cause Russia to go back, so we'll get ready to leave after today's negotiations. Do what you think is right, Russ.
И Сербия, если хочешь, скажи другому охраннику, чтобы он выполнил за тебя приказ.
Russia added in, looking outside the window that gave a clear view into the garden outside. That roughly translates to, and Serbia, if you wish, you may tell another guard to execute the order for you. Voi Lvovian. That roughly translates to, you are dismissed. Serbia bowed and left the room, leaving Russia and Estonia alone once again. The two sat in silence for quite a few minutes. The birds outside and conversations in the corridor, the only things they could hear.
Когда я закончу эту встречу, мы немедленно уйдем.
Russia announced, finally breaking the silence. That roughly translates to, when I'm done with this meeting, we'll leave immediately.
Kas sa kasukat ei vaheta? Nad teavad, kes sa oled.
Estonia replied, worry plastered on her face. That roughly translates to, you won't change your coat? They'll know who you are. Kas se dalek mote? That roughly translates to, is that a smart idea?
Я буду там царем, плюс в обществе должны произойти перемены. Нам не следует прятаться, это глупо.
That roughly translates to, I'll be their Tsar, plus there needs to be a change to society. We shouldn't be hidden. It's stupid. Before Estonia could reply, Russia walked out of the room and into the corridors, heading towards the meeting room. He quickly noticed that he forgot his fur hat, but he didn't turn around. He couldn't be bothered to. He just had to hope Estonia grabbed it for him, so he could wear it when they leave. He kept the same pace, passing many guards who all gave him the same look, one of immense confusion with worry mixed in between. He ignored them all, reaching one door to the meeting room. He turned and pushed them open and was greeted by the other prince, who sat in his chair, waiting for Russia. Russia noticed that his brother wasn't outside, but he'd ask once he sat down. He shut the doors gently and pulled the chair out, sitting down and looking at Britannia's crown prince. Where was your brother? Russia asked, starting the conversation off. He's strolling around the palace somewhere. I heard you sent your guard back to Moscow. What was with that? I'm sure you've heard. Heard what? About your family. Yes, I'd like my nephew and brother back. Consider it done. Russia responded, leaning back in his chair. America just stared at him in return, utter disbelief on his face. Что? You're just going to give them back? What about your dad? Russia twiddled his fingers, trying to figure out whether he should tell the truth or a lie. America still kept his eyes sharp on Russia, pressing him for an answer. Feeling pressured, Russia decided to answer vaguely. You'll hear about why soon. He answered, still fiddling with his fingers under the desk. With that, Russia said his final goodbye and exited the room. When he arrived to the stables where his horse was, Estonia had their luggage and his hat in her hand, throwing it at him. He caught it and put it on, saddling their horses and putting the luggage on the horse Estonia would ride.
Parem looda, et see plaan töötab.
That roughly translates to, you better hope this plan works. Если нет, я его убью его сам. That roughly translates to, if it doesn't, I'll kill him myself. And that's the end of this chapter. That was certainly a chapter. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, I guess. If you'd like to join the Discord, it's linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.